Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Case of the Golden Idol, the Lemurian Vampire Edition. And we're gonna do the final part here, of course, having solved the first two in the previous ones. But in between the last episode and this, I had a couple things I thought about. First of all, we haven't watched this little scene here, so we're gonna do that. But having now done this case. Earlier, before I started the case, I said, oh, this is, like, I don't know, like, it looks kind of like a pina colada fruit cocktail kind of container marked 13, maybe. And it turns out, after doing this case, that it's like a burial urn labeled 13. So, I thought there was a 14 in the actual case, though, right? Oh, no, sorry. It was labeled 14. I keep forgetting this vertical line is 2, not 1. So 13, 14. So this... Okay, that's just the urn for the guy who died in the previous puzzle. Previous case. Okay, fine. Now what's up with this? It seems to be a potted plant. Oh, also, I guess I said a lot during this case that I thought Zubiri was in on it and had planned this somehow. Right? He said he was going to help his friend, like... He said he would help his friend defeat the Dweller. And I was like, but look, he clearly, was saying, oh, this is my chance to get the hold of the idol, right? And I thought, okay, he must have arranged this somehow. But I realized, thinking it over, like, none of this stuff mentions him. He didn't say anything. Like, he didn't plan this at all. The prince he hated just, like, sort of died. And it was because of the scheming of the actual guardians of the island. While he was apparently actually still trying to protect his friend. So I'm guessing it was actually the Tower Dweller himself who wrote this. Also, I wish I knew what his motto was. The Tower Dweller. But okay. Moving on. No, not here. Alright, I'll read the title. The less than amicable departure of two explorers. Okay, but I forgot to watch this. Your actions endangered our commune, Zubiri. I'm sorry, but we have to isolate you. They threw him into a dungeon. Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, he was the one saying they should fight the Tower Dweller. Even though he didn't actually get a chance to do that, some of the commune members took advantage of this. Well, I don't know. I'm still not totally sure. But, like, some of the commune guardians, at least, went and killed the prince. Huh. Okay, do we once again have multiple time steps? There are 2. Okay. And we started out looking at the very deepest part of this cave, perhaps. What's up? Why does this go up? Oh, I see. So this is like go higher up in the cave, and this is like leave the cave and look at the surface. Okay, whatever. A damaged stone pillar at the bottom of this, I guess, dungeon. And I noticed Albert Cloudsley and Oberon Geller over here. With what appears to be the golden idol. Ha, it works. It is amazing, and do not dare follow us unless you want to witness more of my deadly powers. Albert, we are leaving. So I didn't realize, I guess, during the original game that anyone had actually used the powers of the Golden Idol before Sebastian got his hands on it. And gave it, like, researched it a bit and gave it to the Brotherhood eventually. But apparently Oberon Geller knew how to use it, shockingly. Bag filled with golden coins and gems. This is decrease matter, right? Like, delete an object. So it looks like he deleted a big chunk of this bridge. A surgical kit, a loaded pistol, and the contract that they both have on them at the start of the main game. I like this music. Oberon, what in blazes is going on here? You have more powers than mind reading? Yeah, here's, again, the contract. Let me just click through all of it so that it counts as clicked on. So yeah, this is the stuff they were carrying, more or less, at the beginning of the main game. A destroyed stone bridge. Zubiri, he would have killed me if it were not for you. I will be forever in your debt. I may have paid dearly for that decision. What I have given him is the most dangerous device I know of. So someone owes him something. Whose is this again? I've seen the other half of this before. I feel like it's hers, isn't it? I'm not sure. How dare you lay your hands on one of us? If I find you, I will kill you and take back what you stole. Are we at... Oh, this is at the end, the thrilling conclusion. Okay, fine. Get back. They may still attack us. Just let them leave. The most important thing is that nobody was hurt. We will deal with Lavu later. Oh god, remember which one's Lavu? The guardian of children, not the one who's here. Or, well, this one. No, stop him. You have no idea what you've done. I would have dealt with them. We could have continued to preserve our way of life with me as your protector. Okay, and this is the cube that Zubiri has part of. So she owes Zubiri for some reason. Geller, you have no honor. We saved your life, and this is how you repay us? May those stolen riches be the ruin of you. Well, they will be, I predict. This is, I assume, Zubiri's prison, with a rope tossed down for him to escape via. It's a robot? I guess that makes sense from the pictures we saw on the history slates, or whatever they were called. Of it being like a big black thing. But I just thought that was sort of artistic license, describing, you know, a thing that goes around and murders people as like a big black horror. Okay. So it's like the same pair of incantations written back over and over for a while that have been like printed out. But then someone says, Biprom, 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 take on a trenzo. And it just like, I don't know. Something happened recently that changed a long established pattern of... Like this Nagana thing, this was the incantation the villagers were using to get peace. And Tegana must have been like the opposite? I don't know. Maybe we have to learn how to speak ancient Lemurian to understand this? Error, error, error. Maybe? Or murder, murder, murder. We'll see. So it's still stuck on like age mode, just sort of chilling here. Here's Zubiri's prison, and look, it is Lavu who's talking to him, yeah? Thank you, Zubiri. I have made note of these incantations. This old language is strange to me, but hopefully the council will agree to let you out of prison. Code to initialize override. So this is like abort, 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 or something. It should tilt its head, and then to destroy it, Terry Trenzo, Terry Nip. Is that what they actually said at the end here, or... No. So she didn't try to... She overrode it, and then instead of destroying it, she was going to do something else. I don't know how she could have known what to say if it wasn't what Zubiri fed her. Just say these words in the correct order loud and clear. They are special commands in Old Lemurian that will grant you control of that entity so you can direct it to destroy itself. No longer will your village be hostage to this dark creature. And he has her promise cube again. She owes him. Because he's telling her how to destroy the robot? I guess. Day 37 on the island. Who could have killed Tissa? It can't have been the automaton. It doesn't move. I hope someone lets me out of here soon. It is very dull in this cell, but at least Jayan visits me regularly. Day 38. Jayan has told me the Oberon Geller has arrived on the island. How did you find out that this place is linked to the myth of the Fountain of Youth? That man has no morals. I fear what would happen were he to get his hands on the golden idol. Sure. Okay, Old Lemurian. So these are names for the numbers. And it's sort of base 12, but also sort of base 4. Because once you get to 4, you start adding back in, like, this is a 4 and a 1, for example. Well, no, this is 2 3s. So it isn't really base 4. I guess it's base 12, but, like, all the things up to that are... Anyway, doesn't matter. And some essential verbs. Okay. Take, stop, give, destroy. Essential nouns. Tool, self. Heat, lifespan, matter, mind. Okay. This is the Book of Matter? I've discovered an instant universal transfer device in the destroyed city of Xenopolis after the cleansing. However, the device is out of reach. I can operate it remotely. The ancient automaton has retained acute hearing. Our ancestors have been very cunning and implemented a number of restrictions. The automaton aims the device only at the one who issues the vocal instructions. It does not respond to commands given by a target below the age of 15. Huh. So they called it an instant universal transfer device because it would, like, suck things up and spit them out. Okay. So we could learn what these... We could translate the instructions that the automaton was regularly receiving, the incantation, and we will. Okay, this is still just a keypad that seems, you know, unevenly worn. There's a door. Stop meddling. Only a new sentinel can keep me at bay. Boy, and just they're out in droves here. And this is the last scene to look at, right? After that, we just have to describe what happened. Is this Oberon Geller? It is. See, this is your picture. Mind reading is just one of the many magical powers that I possess. Your so-called tower dweller will have no chance against me and my compatriot. Surgical kit. A crayon, blank cards, a card with a picture of a flower, and a loaded pistol. So he has a deck of blank cards and a crayon to draw stuff on the... I don't know. So he's a mind reader somehow. This is a miracle. How could you know? A card with a picture of a flower. So some magician's trick. I can't understand what you're saying. Your voice and words are strange. Speak like a normal person. The good and bad questions. Good, can I help you? Bad, how does this work? It can be too dangerous. It can be dangerous to be too curious. Bad, how old are you? Each villager is born under a different star, which grants a lifespan that can be shorter or longer. It's rude to ask how old they are. Huh. Ah, he's reading minds again. He did that to me on the ship, and it gave me the creeps. No man should have the power to peer into another man's head. A clay ball. Gunpowder, I guess. Big old ruby. Oh, a small ruby, allegedly. Looks big enough to me. A pipe, tobacco, rope, and the contract. That we've seen so many times. What do you think of these foreign visitors, Kula? Can we trust them? At this point, I think it's worth trying. This man appears to possess strange powers. You're a powerful magician. Perhaps you can indeed stand against Tower Dweller. We desperately need help. It stripped the flesh from our last sentinel. We will show you the way. A rock for a hem? Is a rock well spent? What? What are you saying? What? You spent a rock? Is this like laughter? I don't understand. Hey stranger, what's that powder? Can I have some? Will you be joining the villagers like the previous newcomers? Okay. So I believe we have now investigated everything there is to investigate. And I like to do stuff before looking at the thinking panel, but I also don't want to have to like go back and forth between the basic nouns thing and this printout. I assume this printout is in the thinking panel somewhere, and I can open it while looking at the translation stuff. Bulbasaur. Okay, so that's 12s or whatever. Yeah. While in the Tower Dweller... while in the tower... The tower... Oops, no? The golden idol could perform, take only the instructions of the chosen sentinel or something like that. A long time ago, after the arrival of the ship. What ship? Cloudsley and Geller's ship, or... So what am I supposed to write here? These are the verbs, I guess. Nagana and Tagana. Take and give, respectively. And give again here. Bringad and Tresno. Matter, lifespan, tool. No wonder I'm so confused. I actually accidentally had this sorted backwards alphabetically. Take matter lifespan, give matter lifespan, give tool. Huh. Okay, well, it turns out they don't let me look at this, or the instructions on the robot while this is happening. So let's go review what the robot's receipts were here. It's printouts. Nagana Brin Gad Gao. So that's take matter lifespan, give matter lifespan. Bol Bazur is some number of 12s? So I guess years or something like that. Bol is 3. So that's like 36. Isn't it? Bol Bazur. Yeah, Bib Bazur, 2 12s is 24. This thing, take lifespan 36, give lifespan 36, take 36, give 36, take 36, give 36. So this was, someone was using this to, you know, as I said, be kind of like a vampire, sucking up the lifespan of everyone nearby. And there's a note saying that the automaton would only use the idol. So we had previously speculated that the person living in the tower was themselves the vampire, sucking up lifespan, right? And they would suck up lifespan from someone outside, and then like someday they would point at themselves and get the lifespan. But it seems like inside the tower was an automaton, and no one else could get in the tower. And the automaton was under strict instructions only to point the idol, only to use the idol in the manner specified, and only ever aim it at the person specifying. So someone else outside the tower was the one giving it these instructions to give lifespan and take lifespan. Now, we know who was instructing it to take lifespan. It was the villagers. They did it every so often. I'm guessing every 36 years. Maybe every 36, weeks. We don't know. But 36 somethings. So they would come by and say, take 36 years from me. And it would do that. And then later, under cover of darkness or something, whoever the vampire is would come by and say, hey, give me 36 years. And the idol had that time stored up, so it could do so. Okay. And then, this went on for a long time. Then Zubiri came by and said, hey, you can override its instructions with biprom, biprom, biprom. But then the person who gave it this instruction, instead of doing what Zubiri asked, which was, hey, no, here's the instructions for Zubiri. Terry Tresno, Terry Nip, they said, give me the idol. So I'm guessing it was Oberon Geller who did that, because he has the idol. And he is knowledgeable about Lemurian, ancient Lemurian, and might very well know these commands as well. So what do these words mean? Biprom, Terry Tresno, and Terry Nip. So Biprom is one something. Brom is not considered an essential word of any... No, there it is. One stop, one stop, one stop. Teri Trenzo, destroy tool, destroy self. Okay. So that's how Zubiri thought the situation would be solved, is take the automaton, tell it to destroy the idol, and then destroy itself. So some ancient person, an ancient Lemurian, had this instant transfer device, and for whatever reason, didn't want to like keep it themselves. But they didn't want to just like leave it lying around for anyone to pick up and use. So they built this tower with the automaton in it, and told the automaton, like they gave the automaton a program saying, you can run whatever commands someone tells you, but you're going to be the one possessing the idol at all times, and you can only point the idol at the person giving you instructions. So they can't use it to like take years away from someone else and give it to themselves, for example. Until they found a way to like hack a culture to give away their years voluntarily, and then secretly someone else would slurp those years back up. Okay. That all tracks. So, something sort of weird, though, is we still haven't really worked out who the vampire is. If it wasn't just someone living in the tower, I kind of think it was someone in the commune, right? It's sort of hard to imagine you could, like, live for 324 years in a single village, not getting older and not attract any attention. But maybe they managed it somehow. And the most likely candidate is her, right? Like, she doesn't understand the instructions, but she, in the previous episode, had, you know, a specific desire to retain the old ancient practice, right? Was here? Yeah, what if it's dangerous? We should just preserve the ancient practice. Right? So she voted against. And Lavu... Wait, who's which again? God. Kula and Lavu... I always forget these two. Yeah, so Lavu's the one we were just talking about. Kula also voted against, and they were the only two to vote against, interestingly. So, it sort of seems, if anybody, one of these two is the likely vampire. It might not be either of them, but, like, they seem like good candidates. Stop meddling. Only a new sentinel can keep me at bay. The other thing is... whoever is operating this billboard and secret code machine... By the way, this is covered up. That's interesting. It used to say, remember to act by your motto or whatever. But whoever is operating it, like, knows the key code here. And... I mean, I guess they don't have to know Ancient Lemurian, aside from knowing the key code. They could just get in here and scribble, and the stuff appears on the wall in modern Lemurian, because that's how they're writing. Okay. While in the tower, the hard to find a yellow word that fits here. Could follow the command or something like that. Take the command. Take only the command of the something. The voice of the visitor. The speaker voice. Okay, a long time ago. Someone found the golden idol? I don't know about that. It could only... It's like, this looks like target, maybe. Could only target... Yeah, I don't know what they want from me here. After the arrival of the ship. Which ship are they talking about? Albert's ship? Zubiri's ship? Or the much more ancient ancestors' ship when the colonists first arrived here? I mean, released someone from the prison, maybe. Right? Like, released Zubiri. We know Lavu released Zubiri from the prison. Had used the... This looks like destroyed, right? We don't have a lot of past tense here. Could be obtained. Well, it could be obtained. If we were destroying, like, we know the Tower Dweller was destroyed, the automaton, right? But we don't really see that listed here. We know in the, like, I think anyway, that in the tunnel is when Oberon Geller obtained the idol. Okay, this word has to be hostage. This... Took someone as a hostage, huh? Yeah, I mean, so her, not Lavu, but Kula or something? Yeah. Kula was taken as a hostage, I think. Because she's saying, thanks for rescuing me. He was going to kill me. I think maybe Zubiri surrendered the idol? Because he's saying he gave something, the most dangerous device he knows of, yeah. So that's Zubiri, clearly. Surrendered the golden idol. Oberon Geller, upon obtaining the idol, destroyed the bridge. The stone bridge? Do I have that word? Yes. And left. I'm thinking Oberon Geller took the hostage as well. It doesn't seem like Albert was really very in tune with what was going on. Just stoned out of his gourd or something, as usual. In the tunnel, someone used the... I mean, it must be the golden idol, right? There's not really any other object you can use here. You know, this might be someone had used the give idol. It should say give idol command or something like that. Give tool, I don't know. Use the golden idol on the foreign visitors, maybe? Because it seems like if Oberon Geller didn't have the device before this, it must have been someone else who had it, and they wanted to use the golden idol on the... Well, they might have been trying to kill the foreign visitors, maybe, but I sort of doubt it. I guess this must again be about the golden idol, right? It must be that, again, Zubiri... Well, maybe. Someone disarmed whoever had it and then took the golden idol. Then Oberon Geller took a hostage, and Zubiri gave up the idol. So it has to be Zubiri who took the idol at this point, right? Disarmed someone. Does Zubiri have a... He doesn't have a clear weapon. Nobody does, really. But didn't Cloudsley have a weapon before? Yeah, he did. And then in this scene, he doesn't. So I'm guessing he had the idol somehow. Maybe. Well, but I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out what happened before this to know who had the idol and what was going on, I guess. I think the end of the scene is clear, but what happened at the beginning of it is drifting further and further away from what I can actually see. So I need to know what came before to know what kind of goes in the middle here. Let's take this out. But I think this much is sort of correct. After the arrival of the ship, the... foreign visitors? The villagers? I mean, this looks like... would steal their lifespan for themselves, right? Would give the something... command. The villagers, so yeah. Created the something of Tower Dweller, maybe? The myth of the Tower Dweller? So whatever person was responsible... Yeah, we knew this. He somehow created a culture where the villagers would voluntarily give up their own life. Sure. They would give the... take... matter... lifespan... command... and... not the Tower Dweller, but whoever created the myth of the Tower Dweller would steal their lifespan. So the only verb that really makes sense up here is like found, right? They found the golden idol, I guess? Sort of? Like, they didn't... They found the automaton is what I want to put here. It could be used only with a voice command. And it could target only the person who was giving the command. How do I say that? The speaker of the voice command, I guess. Found the golden idol, but not really the golden idol. They found the robot, the automaton. But okay, I mean, I guess I'll put in golden idol because it sort of makes sense. They did find the golden idol inside the tower, protected by the automaton. And now we just need the name of the person who did this. and enter it 3 times, basically. And I still, like, it's weird. I think it's Zula. But... Or Lavumata. There is no Zula. But I sort of expected someone with a better understanding of the robotics. She... Well, actually, hang on. I mean, she said, oh, this old language is strange to me. And she might or might not believe it. Like, she might be lying. Maybe she knows this language. But I feel like if she knew how to get the idol for herself, she would have just done so. So she, like, knows a little bit, maybe? She knows the commands for give and take lifespan. And she knows the code for getting into the billboard shed. And I guess, I mean, sure. There's a code in here. Found in Xenopolis. This is like someone's diary from when they discovered the device. Our ancestors have been cunning. So, of course, it's not the person who discovered the idol that did this. But there's like a little cheat sheet of a few words in ancient Lemurian. Huh. I mean, I'm gonna put in Lavumata and just see how wrong it says I am about all this. Because it's the only thing that really... I don't know, it doesn't totally make sense, but it sort of holds together as like a plausible guess. Yeah. Okay, good. It's nice not to be told I'm an idiot for a change. So somehow Lavumata has been living on this island for 300 years and nobody's noticed? I mean, actually, that's less strange than it would seem, I guess, when viewed in light of these instructions. Never ask someone how old they are. They're born under different stars, which give them a shorter or longer lifespan. So Lavumata's been just telling people, oh, I was born under a star that lets me live for 100 years. Unlucky for you guys that you only live like 60 or 30 for the people who are like giving their life away to her or whatever. And you know, when it's been 100 years, the people in the village who remember her, like, there's no one left who 100 years ago she told she would live 100 years. They're all dead. And none of them will ask her how long she's been around. Okay, yeah. Someone went to the tower and were... They went to the tower and destroyed the tower dweller, I guess. Probably the visitors? The foreign visitors did this? And they were rewarded with, I'm guessing, riches. Not by the tower dweller, but by the villagers, who were like, thank goodness, we don't have to worry about that dang old tower dweller anymore, right? You want a bunch of kids' shiny rocks? Fine, help yourself to all of our rubies. We don't care. But before that happened, Lavu Mata had gotten the special instructions from Zubiri to he had given her the override command and said, after issuing the override, you can do this to tell it to destroy itself. She didn't know about the override, but she knew enough ancient Lemurian to, once she had overridden it, tell it to give her the idol, I guess. So she used the give tool? Tool command. I really don't like that had used the quote. Well, oh no, command is right here. I take it back. I was gonna say I didn't like that they didn't use the word command, but they did. And had obtained the golden idol. So does this all match up with how Lavu is acting in this scene? Yes. She's acting like someone who knew the idol was powerful and that it's been taken away. Cool. Still don't totally understand why this pillar is damaged. Okay, and Lavu Mata, I suppose, released Zubiri, as I was saying earlier. He would be the one to go here. From the prison. And they followed the celebrating villagers. Close. Actually, why would Lavu Mata release him from the prison? She knows that he's the only one who understands that who can tell that she stole the idol. I bet it was his friend, Jianji, who released him from the prison. I'm not totally sure how he was able to do that, but let's just say that happened. Yeah, okay. Oh, and this is why Albert and Oberon have all these gems. The villagers just said, fine, take them, we don't care. Thanks for killing the tower dweller. So the person with the idol at this time, at the beginning of the tunnel scene, should be Lavu Mata, right? Used the golden idol on the foreign villagers to try to kill the foreign visitors? It seems a little weird to repeat foreign visitors, but I guess like they didn't want to make the sentence structure too clear necessarily. So who disarmed Lavu Mata? We'll see we'll see when we do this, I suspect. It looks like Jianji. Maybe. Yeah, since he's Zubiri's friend, right? Jianji disarmed her, and Zubiri took the idol. Oops. Disarmed Lavu Mata. Close. Lavu Mata used the golden idol on the foreign visitors to try to kill the foreign visitors. Oh. No, she used the golden idol on the stone pillar, actually, I think. That's why something is destroyed down there. Yeah, she wasn't aiming at it then. She was aiming it at the supports. It's unclear, like, I don't know why she was down here and then suddenly up here. I don't understand the structure of the battle. But she tried this and didn't, like, pull hard enough or whatever. And so it just, like, ate up a little bit of the pillar. And the visiting Lemurians saw, oh my gosh, she has the idol. She's trying to use it. We gotta disarm her. Even though Giant didn't really know what it meant. Zubiri did. And he told Giant, go disarm her. Or Giant said, look, I don't know exactly what this device is, but she's destroying rock pillars. We probably ought to stop her. Okay. While in the tower, this... Could take only the commands of the... I don't know. What do you want me to do, man? Could target only the speaker of the voice command. So, like... We could just take all these words and repeat them down here? It seems stupid. Is that really what they want me to do? The golden idol could target only the speaker of the voice command. Was this one supposed to help me figure this one out? It's like the same exact sentence. Alright. When Labumata discovered that Zubiri knew the override codes, she quickly went to the tower. Instead of giving the self-destruct command, instructed the ancient Lemurian automaton to give the golden idol to her. Yeah. So... that was sort of, I think, the easiest and least satisfying of the mysteries in the two expansions. Like, well, okay. The intro ones were all kind of intro-y, although this first one was a little tricky in this expansion. In the first expansion, I don't know, the whole, like, Pajak House murder mystery was not that interesting, I thought. But 2 and 3 were pretty meaty, and in this one, I don't know, I didn't feel very satisfied. Let's see if this wraps things up in a neat little bow for me. Zubiri, we want you to replace Mata in the council and share your knowledge with the village. Albert Cloudsley, he's becoming too powerful. Perhaps I should stop him before it's too late? But wait, he can read my mind. He already knows I have these thoughts. I have no choice. I have to act now. Interesting. So, Oberon Geller's mind-reading magic trick spelled his own doom. As soon as he had the thought to try to take out Oberon, he felt he had to act on it immediately because Oberon could read his mind, although of course it was just a magic trick. Huh. Well, it's interesting that Albert... I mean, kind of a duff, right? Is that the right word? Dufford? Just like... let me look that word up. What exactly does duff mean? Yeah. Inferior or worthless as an adjective? Is that like a... I don't know. It's not the word I'm thinking of. But kind of just like... You know, Albert has never had a smart thought in his life, from what I've seen across this game and the expansions. And at the beginning of the first game, when he pushes Oberon off the cliff, it sort of looks like he might have been scheming something. But this expansion reveals that no, he just had a thought and was so stupid he thought he had to act on it immediately. So gullible. That he was kind of trapped into becoming the master of the idol. Interesting. And these guys they adopted Zubiri, I guess. And it is kind of an idyllic life on the island, even more so without the idol's interference, because while it could have done many good things for them, all it was actually doing was sucking out their lifespans regularly. So maybe he could help bring Lemuria back to power in a way by bringing his knowledge of the ancient ways to this village of prosperous idiots. Maybe. And that's it. There are no more expansions to the Golden Idol. They're working on some sort of like the Case of the Golden Idol 2, like a sequel that's going to be a completely different thing. I don't know that they have any release date planned for it. Oh, thank you for playing Lemurian Vampire. You're welcome. That's what this is, I guess. Protection? Sentinel? Yeah, I liked the first expansion better, I think. The whole time dimension was interesting. It gave you a lot more to navigate. But I like just having, like, you know, one big scene to decode. Like here, and, you know, what is happening right now. I don't know. It's not a very... Like, the time dimension added a lot of complication to how you had to, like, manipulate things, but not all that much to the actual mystery itself, it felt like. By the way, I never clicked this button either, I don't think. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.